Students, hope you are fine. By the grace of Almighty, in today's video, I will try to find out the area of a regular polygon. Here you see a polygon which has 6 sides, and here you can see 6 sides produced 6 vertices. Therefore, we can say that number of sides is equal to the number of sides is equal to the number of vertices. Here you can also see that if you add center to the vertices, then we will get 6 isosceles triangle. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Therefore we can say that number of sides is equal to the number of isosceles triangle. Here you can see that all the triangles are equal. Therefore, if you try to find out the area of this polygon, then we can say that the area of the polygon would be, first of all, let's define a triangle. This triangle is OAB. Therefore, we can say the area of the polygon is equal to the number of each triangle. Is triangle. Now, if you try to find out the vertices, angles and all the angles measurement, then we will define it like OAB is equal theta. Let angle OAB is equal theta. Therefore, this vertices angle would be twice theta. Therefore, all the vertices angle would be twice theta. And the angle around the center point would be like 4 right angle. That means 360-degree angle. So the number of total angles inside the polygon, the measurement of angles in the polygon would be like in one vertices the angle is twice theta. Therefore, in n number of vertices, that means n number of sides, will produce n number of twice theta. That means n times of twice theta plus the center angle that means the 4 right angles, that means 360-degree angle. Now, if we think OAB triangle, now if we discuss about OAB triangle, then the measurement of these three angles, that means this and this angle, would be two right angles, that means 180-degree angles. It's because of in every triangle the measurement of all angles would be 180 degrees. Therefore, the total angle of this triangle would be total angle measurement of the triangle OAB is equal to two right angles. That means 2 times of 90. So, n number of sides of a triangle. So, n number of sides of a polygon will produce times of 2, that means 2n right angles. Now, from the equation number 1 and equation number 2, we get the total internal angle of a regular polygon, that means 2 theta times of n plus 4 right angle is equal to the total angle inside the polygon is equal to an right angle. If we try to calculate the value of theta, then we can write 2 times of theta n is equal to 2 times of n right angles minus 4 right angles. Both sides by 2n, then we will get theta on the left side and 2n minus 4 divided by 2n on the right side, or theta is equal, we can write it like 2n by 2 times of n negative 4 by 2n right angles, that means 90-degree angle, or theta is equal 1 minus 2y and multiplied by 90. So theta is equal, if we multiply 90 with this value, then we will get 90 degree minus 2 multiplied by 90 by n, or theta is equal 90 degree minus 180 degrees by n, or equation number 3. Now if I draw a perpendicular to AB, then I will get this type of perpendicular. In the perpendicular on the base will produce 90 degree angle. We all know that. That's why this angle is 90 degree. Therefore, we can apply trigonometric ratio on this triangle. Let's ON is the perpendicular. Here ONA is right angle, and that's why this is the hypotenuse, and AN is the adjacent side. One is the height. If you apply trigonometric ratio, tan theta perpendicular line, that's why this is the height. That's how we get ON by AN. It's because of tan theta is equal opposite sides of the acute angle, that means this side by adjacent side. This is the adjacent side. If we put the value, then ON is equal to H. On the other hand, if this side's value is equal A, then we all know that a perpendicular on an isosceles triangle to its base divide its base into two equal parts. That means if AB is equal A, small a, then AN equal to A by 2. Therefore, we can write AN is equal to A by 2. Is equal to 2H by A. How? Here A is multiplied by 2 by A. Therefore, tan theta is equal to H by A. If you get the value from tan theta is equal to H by A, then you will get H is equal A by 2 multiplied by tan theta. Here is our equation number 4. Now, if we try to find out the area of triangle OAB, then we get triangle OAB is equal to half of its base multiplied by its height. Then half of base is equal a, that means small a, into its height, that is h. If we put the value of h, that is here, then we get half of a multiplied by a by 2 tan theta. Therefore we get, that means a square, 2 multiplied by 2, that means 4 tan theta. Tan theta. Here from the equation number 3, we got theta is equal 90 degree minus 180 by n. If we put this value of 3 into this equation, then we get a square by 4, then theta is equal 90 degree minus 180 degree by n. Now we know that tan 90 degree minus theta is equal cot theta. Tan of pi by 2, that means 90 degree, minus theta is equal to cot theta. It's because if you put the value of tan 90 degree minus theta, then you will get from the quadrant tan 90 degree minus theta, that means it is on the first quadrant. That's why this is the result, this result would be positive and to cot. Therefore we can write a square by 4 cot 180 degree by n. For the total area of a regular polygon is equal to number of sides multiplied by each of the triangle's area. That means here the area of triangle OAB. Here the area of OAB is equal n multiplied by a square over 4 cot 180 degrees by n. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel.